What up, guys? We are back. It is summer. My pool's open, aka fishing lure testing grounds. I probably learned how to fish the most in this pool right here. When I first started, I didn't know what my lures were doing, so I throw them in this water and watch them, and that's how I learned. But that's not really why I'm making the video. I wanted to make a video, and it is windy out here, so hopefully you guys can hear me, and call this one Straight Business. Let's just talk about straight business. And one thing that has been sitting heavy on my mind is, Jesus asked us to disciple others and bring them to him, right? It's our job to plant a seed. It's not our job to water the plant. And so I've kind of become the guy that I probably never wanted to talk to, right? The guy who talks to everybody about Jesus. And one thing I want to say is sometimes people don't receive that well. Sometimes when you're talking to people about Jesus, they don't like it, okay? And it used to really bother me, man. It used to really bother me. So this is one thing that hit really hard for me. Matthew 7, I'm now reading the New Testament. Finished the Old Testament into the New Testament. And I'll tell you right now, and I don't know if it's a proper way to say it, but the New Testament freaking slaps, buddy. I mean, it's freaking awesome. So Matthew 7, Verse 6, it says, "Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls, then they will turn and attack you." And when I read that verse, I'm like, my gosh, definitely I've witnessed this. And it used to really bother me, but now reading in the Bible, I'm like, it's fine, man. You don't have to win every battle with these people. Another thing is, Matthew 7, verses 7 through 8, it says, "Keep on asking and you will receive what you're asking for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks, receives. Everyone who seeks, finds. And everyone who knocks on the door will be opened." That is, to me, like, I feel like when I read that verse, like, I am definitely the guy who is constantly knocking on the door. Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me? I'm always knocking on the door. And I'm sure in my head, I know this isn't true, but I'm like, he must be annoyed because all I do is ask him for help and guidance, But knocking on his door saying, "Hey, please help me get through this person," over and over again. And I get so frustrated. Because I used to be a sales guy. When they're not buying when I'm selling, I get frustrated, So that first verse I gave you really hit hard for me. Another one that I've been reading Matthew 7, I'm sure you can tell by now, but Matthew 7, 13 through 14. "You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for many who choose that way." Meaning it is super easy to walk through that gate. It is absolutely super easy to walk through that gate. "But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few will find it." Man, that slaps. That slaps. It's easy, man. It's easy to go the wrong way. It really is. It really is. But I think that what I get out of this is, if you're trying to plant seeds and it's not going well, don't worry about it. Stay on course, man. Stay on course. Stay on course. Stay connected to your Father. Reach out, pray, continue to pray for those people, but don't get frustrated like I've been getting. Don't get frustrated with these people. It's not, it's out of our control what we can do. Trying to tell someone about Jesus and them not accepting it is not really on us, right? And so I struggle with this. That's why I'm making this video. This isn't like a personal attack on anybody. Another thing is, I'm gonna put this away now, with fishing. There was I don't even know who told it to me. I wish I remember who told it to me, because I would love to give them the credit for this. But they said that most fishing lures are not designed to catch fish. They're designed to catch fishermen. And I will be the first to admit, tons of them have caught me. I mean, I have hand-painted glide baits in there. I have everything and anything and everything and anything. But one thing I have found out is, like I said in the other videos, man, you don't have to spend a bunch of money to go catch these fish. You don't have to spend a bunch of money. It's all about knowing where they are, Bass are very patternistic. I use this app called Bass Forecast. and it'll tell you what the bass rating is, some handy baits to throw, and where they are, where the bass are going to be. You know, right now it's June 9th, and the bass are kind of it's post spawn. You know, spawn is over, they're not close anymore, they're all going out deep. It's starting to get hot. They're getting into deeper water. They're also going to start, you know, hiding in isolated cover and shade. Like, pretty soon we're going to be able to throw flipping jigs under a tree and be able to catch them, which is going to be awesome. But with that being said, you know, some of the baits that I've been really kicking them on have been the simplest things. The simplest things. Like, you cannot beat a Senko. A Texas rig of Senko, some 3/0 hooks, 3, and if I'm feeling crazy, maybe a 2, which owner hooks are awesome. Like, this is a really light wire. If they're not biting, I like to go a little more finesse. But these Yum Dingers with the green pumpkin chartreuse tail, I mean, it's just, you can't miss with it. You know, you don't have to get crazy with it. Like these Gary Yamamoto's, watermelon red, green pumpkin, killer, dark water. I like to throw these. It's Okeechobee Craw, so part green pumpkin, part black and blue flake, and they just absolutely smack it. But one thing that no one ever talked to me about, and that have been killing it, is rooster tails, man. I mean, it's simple. This is like my favorite one in particular. This is a Mepps Black Fury, and you just if there's not a bunch of grass out there, man, throw this sucker and wind it in slowly. I mean, if you can't catch anything, this sucker will catch everything. It'll catch, I mean, I caught warmouth, bluegill, you know, panfish, I've caught big bass on these. And if I mean, it's just the simple things, man. I went from like carrying around 5 rods and a 550 pound tackle bag, almost, I'm just kidding, to literally I have like some different color rooster tails, a handful of different colors of soft plastics. I put them in a tackle sling. I have a finesse rod, and I have a topwater frog rod. It's the summer, and I mean, I beat up ponds with these things, lakes, everything. I mean, it's just, get back to the simple stuff. Don't let them catch you. You don't have to buy a $250 hand-painted glide bait to go catch bass. I've caught more on this than any of these expensive baits. Straight business, guys. Straight business. Don't be discouraged by people who don't accept Jesus. And don't get sold on these fancy lures, man. I can tell you, I've tried just about everything right now, and I think there's a time and a place for every kind of lure, but I mean, there's not a time of the year they are not gonna bite this. You know, you can fish this all day long. You can fish it all day long, no matter what the weather is. It's gonna get bit. It's gonna get bit. And if there's not a bunch of grass in the water, throw a rooster tail. You can throw it on the same rod. You can throw it on the same rod, man. The other day, me and my buddy Brett went out and fishing, and we found this little pond, and it's gonna sound like just a crazy inflated number. I was throwing this, and I have a chartreuse one with a gold blade. We were throwing these two, and we caught 80 fish between the two of us. Roughly. I mean, it could be less, could be more, but I mean, we stopped counting. We caught so many that we stopped counting. And we both have giant tackle bags full of everything and anything and everything and anything. And they were wanting worms and rooster tails. And they just wouldn't leave them alone. Not even moving. We didn't even move spots. And we were just smacking them like that. And that was kind of like the first time I really gave a rooster tail any kind of chance. So I would say, if you don't have any, go get you some rooster tails. I like these Mepps 3s. They're like they have a bigger treble hook on them, and the shape of these hooks, I don't know if you can even see, but they're like, I don't know if you can see that, but they're pointed out. They're not like straight trebles that are straight up. They're pointed out a little bit, and man, they just get it done. They get it done. That, an extra wide gap hook on a Senko rig, Texas weightless. Go out and catch you some fish, man. Go out and catch you some fish. And don't get sold, man. Don't buy what they're selling. You don't have to go get these ridiculous glide baits, man. Go out and get a couple sacks of Senkos, some 2 or 3/0 extra wide gap hooks, a couple rooster tails, put 8-pound test on a spinning rod, and go catch some fish. Straight business. Go catch some fish. Don't worry about any of the other stuff. And if you're out at deep water, deep lake water, put a weight on there. Go put a weight on there, go catch some fish. Here is some fish catches using zero fancy lures. Zero fancy lures. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good summer.